Hello and welcome to the Pedagogic table. Sulphur has been known since prehistoric times. The name comes from the Sanskrit word Sulphur, which refers to this infamous element. Sulphur is a pale yellow, brittle, and odorless solid. It is insoluble in water, but soluble in carbon disulfate. With hydrogen and oxygen, sulphur forms the acid sulfuric acid. This acid is very corrosive.
Okay, so now we're going to look at the element sulphur. Now the element sulphur is usually a yellow solid at room temperature. We're going to investigate a compound of sulphur which has rather interesting properties, and that is sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Now this is very concentrated acid, and this shows just how corrosive this acid can be on human skin. Now because we obviously don't have any humans to test concentrated acid on, we have an unfortunate victim here instead. So we have Mr. Chicken. So we're going to put Mr. Chicken here into the large beaker here, and we're going to pour on some concentrated sulfuric acid. Now concentrated sulfuric acid reacts with water in living tissue and produces a very exothermic reaction. That is, it releases lots of heat, and this will burn the skin. It also reacts with compounds in the skin and produces carbon, which you'll see as a black colour. This takes a little bit of time, but I'll start by adding this concentrated sulfuric acid. This is about 14 molar concentrated acid. It's very, very strong. You can feel that's getting quite hot there, the reaction. It's reacting with the water in the chicken tissue there.
Sulphur is found in meteorite areas around hot springs and volcanoes. It is found in minerals, including celestite, Epsom salts, and barite. It is also found in petroleum crude oil and natural gas. The Fresh process may be used to obtain sulphur commercially. In this process, heated water is forced into hot wells, sunk into salt domes, in order to melt the sulphur. The water is then led to the surface where the product is obtained.
Okay, so here we are about 10 minutes later after I poured on the concentrated sulfuric acid. So here's the chicken, and if I actually observe what's happened with the chicken, being very careful because it's being concentrated acid, actually if I observe here, the chicken skin is actually, and the flesh underneath has actually been cooked. It's actually looked as if it's been cooked in an oven. And actually some of it's been kind of carbonized by the strong kind of acid. So concentrated sulfuric acid and skin definitely is not a good match together. Concentrated acid is very, very corrosive, as demonstrated here by the chicken.
Sulphur was first mentioned in the Bible when God covered Sodom and Gomorrah in sulphur and fire. In medieval times, sulphur was important in its use in gunpowder. In the same period, it was also inhaled to cure illnesses. Today, sulphur is used in the manufacturing of vulcanized rubber and cosmetics. However, 85% of the world's sulphur consumption is for sulfuric acid, which is then used in fertilizers.